Hi everyone and welcome to this demo of the Accelerate platform. What you want to do is go to a search engine and type Accelerate UAL GitHub. Into that search engine, it's going to give you a link straight away to our platform. It has all the code for the platform if you want to deploy it yourself, and it tells you exactly how you want to do that. And also you can be in touch with us if you want any help about that. But all I'm really going to do today is show you, if you're a beginner, how to use the existing platform that we've set up as part of the Accelerate project. So we're going to go to the wiki. And the bit that I'm going to talk you through is these first two tutorials. You can see there's a lot more down here, which all of which could be useful, but we're just going to do these first two. We're going to do Hello World, which is just building stuff, and that's the main text. You can check it out yourself, and 3D models. And we're going to add our own 3D models and use them. So first things first, in order to have the Hello World and get started, you need to have a login. So you can see here, there's a link here to the login page. So we're going to go there. Now I've already got an account. If you don't have an account, you want to create a new user. You put a username in there, an email if you want us to be able to reset your password if you forget it. Otherwise, just create a password and you're off. Create a new user, then log in, and you log into this. This is the Accelerate platform. Now it's a prototype. It's not perfect, but it does do some quite cool things. If you want to create a new project, go to My Projects. You can see here what we've got is a Home button and a Learn button. The Learn button takes you all the way back to here where we started. And My Projects, all you've got to do is come down here and you see where you've got this plus, click plus, and it'll create a brand new scene for you. And this has got all the starter code that you need. Now I'm going to click this button here. You can see there's a code window. We can get rid of that by clicking that button there. If we ever want it back, we can bring it back by clicking it again. If you're in a headset, you can just pop straight into VR, and there you go. There you have it. That's your thing. If you press escape, you can get out of it again. Now, first things first, we've got a toolbar up here. We can add files. We can check our settings, so we could fork a project if we had someone else's that we liked. We could set it private, read only. Now this only means other people can't edit it. You can edit it, but they can't. And we can suppress our snippet warnings. You'll find out about that if you ever make any mistakes. And there's some other things here which you can find out about more of in the PDFs. We're just going to do some basic stuff. Firstly, we're going to look at this plus. Go to the plus code snippet and we're going to add a box. Now it gives us an ID, which is an actual CSS ID. It gives us a position. We can also rotate the box. We can say whether it's dynamic or static. I'm just going to start by saying it's static. There's more information about what that means in the PDF on physics. We're just going to create something here, insert, and you'll find that if there it is. I just rotate around in there, and I have my box. Now, if I click VR, I can then move around, and you can see I can pick up the box, I can move the box, and I can dump it somewhere else. Now you see it floats in the air. I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to bring up a code window. I'm going to do something I could have done when I created my box. You can see here's the box I created. This is the ID of that box. This is just HTML code. It's really simple. You see where it says body type static. I'm going to type body type dynamic. Again, this is in one of the PDFs. And then I'm going to immediately, it's working. I'm going to press the VR button. I'm going to go into VR. I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to chuck this. And you can see that it now bounces. So I've got a dynamic scene with physics, and I can run around and do my thing. There you go. Now you can see that we've got shadows, but this, we've got a nice bit of geometry. We could add a texture to this, and there's information on how to do that as well. We can also displace this cube with the texture, which means we can make it a nice funky shape, and you can do some quite cool things just like that. But what I want to show you next is actually how to load a model. So let's do that. First things first, you need to have a model. So we're going to pick one up. Now, if we go to Sketchfab, you might find that there are a whole bunch of models that you like. Now you need to log in and you need to then say, okay, what kind of thing am I looking for? You might want a room. And there's a whole bunch of them. Some of them are free, some of them aren't. You can check the licenses, so you can say what kind of license you want. And then this might make it easier to find a downloadable model. Now, when you get a model, what you want to do is you want to make sure that the model you're getting is downloadable in the right format. And we want to download it in GLB format. Everything we do is in GLB format. So you can download the model. I'm going to download this one here. room_maru.glb. There it is. So I've got myself a model and I want to add it to the scene. There's a few things I need to do. Firstly, I probably don't want this. Well, I'm going to leave that box there maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll just move the box somewhere else. So in order to move that box out of the way, I'm going to do something funky. I'm going to hit Inspect Scene. Now, Inspect Scene allows me to look at the whole scene like I'm in some kind of 3D editor. I'm going to select my box. I'm just going to push it out of the way. I'm going to say I want it. So the position values for this is X, which is horizontal, Y, which is vertical, and Z, which is forwards and backwards. So I'm going to put this -10 all the way over there. And now you can see it's gone off. It's going to be somewhere over there. It's now, you can just about make it out. It's over there in the distance. And I'm just going to, set it at 0 there. So it's at floor level. We might get back to that. So I'm going to change these rotations. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to hit this save button. See save? That's great. Click save. And then I'm back. And I might have put my little box over there so it's not in the way. Next thing I need to do is I need to upload my asset. So I'm going to go to add files to use. Something very important, right? In downloads, I've got this thing called room_maru. Notice it's only 3.5 megabytes. You really need to make sure that your GLB file that you're loading, now you might have made this GLB file in Blender, but you really need to make sure that it's under 50 megabytes, otherwise it won't load it. Anyway, I'm going to open it. So in order to do that, you saw what I did is I just went to add files to use and I chose the file, and it's uploaded it, and now it's here. So I've got this thing called roommaru.glb. I am going to copy the name because it just means I don't have to type it in anymore. And I'm going to click here to get rid of that add files section. So I'm going to hit plus, and I'm going to go to A-frame GLB model. So I'm going to add an A-frame GLB model. It's given me an ID. I'm going to call it room. That's the name of it, and I'm going to give it the SRC, the source, which is actually the location. This could be a GLB stored on a server somewhere, but because we've uploaded the file, we can use it locally, just with the name. We can also set the position if we wanted to. So I'm going to click Insert, and it's actually here. It's massive, though. It's really big. It's far too big. I can tell it's big because I can't see the sky anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Inspect Scene, and I'm going to look here to see if I can find that entity. And I believe it's here. There it is, GLB. And you can see that I've got something called scale. So scale has got also X, Y, and Z, horizontal, vertical, and forward and front and back. I'm going to make this 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. And that has made it still really big. That's still far too big. So I'm going to do 0.01, 0.01, 0.01, which multiplies it by a tiny value. Oh, that's looking a bit better. Right. So I'm going to hit save. It's taking me back to my scene. And oh my God, there's my room. Now, you can see that the floor here, firstly, let's see this in VR because this has been remarkably simple. I've just downloaded a model straight from the internet. And now I've added it and I can walk around and there's my room. Now, the thing is, it's a bit weird in that I can't actually interact with it. I wonder if I can fix that. Now, there's a way to do that. A couple of things. Firstly, wouldn't it be great if this had its own floor? Now, I've put this green floor by default, but I don't really need it anymore. However, if I got rid of it, I'd just fall straight. I'd just keep falling down. I want to avoid that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this model a floor. I'm going to look at the code. I'm going to scroll down to that particular model. Here it is. the GLB142 is the name of the ID of the model. It's called room, and it's loading the asset. The asset's been added here, room maru.glb, asset item. So the bit we need is the entity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type the word floor. That's all I'm going to do. And that's going to change things. It's going to mean that this is now a physical system, and I can bump into it. So I'm going to walk into it here. And and I've already gone a bit crazy. It's pushed me back off. But I can now stand. I'm now standing on this chair. See? And I can jump and stand on this desk. How cool is that? And I can probably jump up here. So it's turned the whole thing into a physically modelled system already. Now now I'm on the roof. Wow, that's fantastic. So here's another thing, right? Let me just put this. I'm going to put my own little cube. This could be anything. It could be something I've built. I'm just using a cube because, why not? I'm going to pop that down there. Notice how the plants also cast a shadow on there. But I don't like this green thing being where it is, so I'm going to lower the green box. I'm going to use the inspector to do that. Inspect scene. I think the floor box is here. Where it says X, Y, Z, I'm going to change Y. I'm just going to do it. And so can you see the green floor moving up and down? Let me zoom out a little bit. I'm just using the mouse wheel to zoom out. And I'm going to lower this until I can see the floor of my model. There you go. That's fine. And then I'm going to save that. It's 0.5, minus 0.5. So I'm actually going to put minus 0.5. That's perfect. And then I'm going to click the save icon. And then I'm back to my scene. And now you can see, I can see the floor. And I can, and I can still see the shadows. We're in good shape. Now, I can now jump on this, which I couldn't do before. It's kicking me out. I'm quite bouncy. There you go. And I've loaded the model. I could load loads more models, right? I could build an entire cityscape. I could load a model of a town. I could build the model in Blender and then add it. I could add objects to the surface here, which I could then interact with. Instead, I've been interacting with my cube. Let me get my cube in the right place. Get my cube. This could be anything, right? It could be a vase. It could be, some sort of sculpture. I could pop it in here. I wonder what happens if I just pop it in. Yeah, okay. So it's not currently interacting, but I am. Oh, it's still pretty cool. There are ways I could just place that. There you go. I wonder if I can jump on this. No, I can't jump on this because it's not a floor. If I made that object a floor, I'd be able to jump on it. So let me just try that. I'm going to go to my code. I'm going to go to this box. It's this box here, and I'm just going to say floor. There you go. And now I can jump on this box. Oh, where's it gone? Where's the box gone? I think it's defaulted to the old location. I can make it go anywhere I want now. That's great. Here we go. Yes. It's always spawning where I set it to spawn in the inspector. Okay. And I'm going to move it to here. Whoa! Got a slight glitch. Let me drop it. There you go. It's bumped. Yeah, that's my physical model system getting a bit crazy. Let me just try it again. One more time. Physics is fun. There you go. It's now a floor. That's why. It's because it's a floor. It's going to be a bit crazy. Just drop it. There you go. Now I can jump on the floor. There you go. So now I have got this. If I pick this up, it's going to go completely crazy. Woo! Because it's a floor. And I have to drop it. So it's the same as, that's just a kind of crazy impossible physics situation. If you want to know more about that, check out the physics PDF. So this is a basic introduction. It shows you how to load a GLB model. It shows you how to create objects, play with the physics a bit, and get the scene looking the way you want. Check out all of the other tutorials, which are all here, including on lighting, collaboration, world building, dealing with errors, adding resources to build your own virtual reality scenes. And that's it.